So I'm going to attempt to make a fairy house for my fairy garden that I'm about to put together. So I've got a couple of these small pots. Let me see what size they are. They're 9 centimeters. I've got a couple of these and I'm going to paint them. So these are just a couple of dollars in Bunnings, and I've also got some saucers. So a couple of little saucers, and these guys are from Bunnings as well, and they are 11 centimeters. So these are the smallest ones that they have in Bunnings. So the idea is that I'm going to paint these, and this is going to be the base of the house, and this is going to be the top, and it's going to look a little bit like a mushroom. So I'm going to put a door on there. I'm not sure whether to just paint it or, anyway, I haven't decided yet, but I'll see how we go. So first thing is to paint them. So the base is going to be white and the top is going to be red. The problem with terracotta is that it's porous. So you're probably better off putting an undercoat on it and then just using acrylic paint over the top. I've already painted the pots, and I'll show you what they look like, and it took, I think, about 3 coats because I didn't use an undercoat first. So you live and learn. Anyway, these guys are going to go like that. So let's have a look at the ones I've painted. Let's move these out of the way. So I've got 2 here. So one good little tip is have a look in the in Bunnings or wherever your local hardware store is, or even paint stores. Look for some mist tints that look okay, because it wouldn't matter if it wasn't completely white. If it was an off-white colour, I tell you what, you get it for a fraction of the cost. So look for mist tints that people don't want, or even sample pots. Yeah, so that might be a cheap way of doing it. So these have both been coated. I have done one to match the satin one. So this is what that looks like. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the other one. So that's going to go on top like that. And I'll have to put a door on it. So I've got this one here, and then I've just coated this one in red. Now I haven't done the inside because it's going to be glued down on here with probably liquid nails or something. And so you're not going to see that. So I'm not going to go to all the trouble of painting that as well. So what I've got over here, I'll move that aside as well. I got these in just a discount store. And these are called Dabber sponge brushes, apparently. So they're just little sponges, but they're in the shape of a circle. So I find that these are actually quick and easy to use to do the spots on top of the toadstool. I'm just going to do them all the same colour, all the same size and all the same colour. You can see they're not very good quality. They're just from a discount place, but they will do the trick. So just going to put some dots on here, and I don't mind if they're not perfectly round. If you do, then please feel free to use a brush and do it neatly. So, because you could easily use a brush if you wanted to and just do it neatly. So I'm spreading this out, get some even coverage. The next part, we'll have a go at doing the door. So I've decided I've had some of this for a while, and it's meant to be for household repairs and plumbing and stuff. So I'm hoping that it's actually waterproof and weatherproof. So I'm thinking I might actually sculpt a little door. Anyway, I'm going to have a go at doing that. I'm too lazy to get out all of my tools, white polymer clay tools. So this might be a really good lesson about the fact that you don't need any fancy tools. So let's get to work. We'll have a go at making a door. So it's a 2-part putty. And if you take it out, there's 2 different colours, okay? And you've got to mix it until the colour is uniform. Now, I think this is actually quite, I don't think it's very cheap. Whether or not you can get a cheaper version on Temu or something like that, I don't know. So if anyone does know of any cheaper alternative, please let me know so that in the comments below, so that other people, if you can't afford to buy this stuff, because like I said, I'm not sure how much it was. I've had it in the cupboard for a long time. In fact, that's a good point. I hope it actually still works. So equal parts of each. All right, that took a lot of effort. I think that this box has been in the cupboard for a couple of years, so I thought it was going to be unusable, but after a lot of, I warmed it up by rubbing it in my hands, and now it's gone into a nice putty. So it's fairly well mixed. I really didn't think that it was going to work, but anyway, here it is, and we'll try and get this nice and flat. All right, that's what we've got so far. So if I try and add some planks and some wood grain, let's have a look and see what we can do here. I've just got a wooden spoon that they give you at McDonald's these days. All right, so that's what it's looking like so far. I'm thinking we need a door handle. I think I'll just put a little ball of putty there. Now see how it's all bendy? That's what I want because I want it to be able to bend around the curve. All right, let's do a tiny, we'll do a little door handle. So let's put that there. There we go, door handle. And then let's do a couple of little hinges. Just roll sausages like this, and I want it tapered at both ends the same, and then I'm going to flatten them. Okay, so I'm going to cut those in half, always half, about there. Oop. So cut them in half, and then place them on there. All right, there's one. I'll bring it up and show you in a moment. And here is number 2. All right, I'll just flatten those a little bit. All right, so there's our little door. Let's see if we can. So if we put this, I'm hoping it's going to stick to the pot when it's dry. So if we put this on here like that, all right, press it down. So if it doesn't stick on its own, I will put some liquid nails on there. But I'll have to wait till it dries to see what happens. All right, so there's our little door. So that down there. Need to add some detail. Let's bring you down a little bit closer. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I think it's actually starting to set up. See how it's starting to crack around the outside? So I'm going to just get this done as quickly as I can. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. It's a bit rough, but that's okay. All right. And See what happens. All right, so we'll just make sure it's on there. And like I said, we'll see if it sticks on its own or if it needs some liquid nails when it's dry. So let's just make sure that's on there properly. All right, so there's our little hobbit door. So we've got our two little houses, and when this is all dried out, we'll do some painting and we'll continue with our fairy garden. Okay, I've left them for ages. I've actually left them overnight and it's now afternoon, so quite some time. I think they're reasonably dry. They might be a little bit sticky. They feel like they are stuck on there okay. So I'm a little bit impatient. I actually don't like this. So I'm thinking of, in fact, I think I will. I think I'll just pull that off. This will show you whether it's stuck properly or not. I'm just going to pull that off there because I think I'm just going to use some big stones outside for the steps when I put this into the pot. So I'll have to remove that mess. But let's paint. All right, it's not too bad. I haven't worried too much about these bits because I think what I might do is clean a little bit of the red paint off that I've accidentally gotten on there with a Q-tip or a cotton bud, we call them here in Australia. And then I'm going to use a silver paint pen to actually do that. So I think I'll leave the rest of it like that. Keep it simple, just one colour. So I'll let that dry. And then I'll see if we need to put another coat of paint on or not. But let's do this one. All right. All right, there we go. One door, freshly painted. I'll have to wait till it dries and then we'll see if it needs another coat or not. Let's see if I can give you a good view of what they're going to look like. All right, there you go. So you can see there's still a little bit of putty left on the bottom of this one, and I've still got to paint the hinges and the doorknob, but this is what they look like so far. I think they're kind of cute. All right, so there you go. That's what they look like. I'll let them dry and we can get a move on with the rest of the fairy garden. Better build the fairy garden now, hadn't I? Have a go at doing it yourself. So I've got a couple of little ones that I did that I might show you. Let's just say they didn't turn out as well as I hoped, but I used polymer clay because I figured out that you could probably bake these ceramic pots in the oven with the polymer clay on them. So I actually did that. So I might actually show you what I did last time. They're a lot smaller though. I was able to get some smaller pots. So hope you enjoyed this short tutorial on making a couple of fairy houses. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. I like that. If you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to share with some other people as well. So a couple of fairy houses ready to go. I'll grab the little ones to show you what I did last time and see what you think of them. And they were done with polymer clay and baked in the oven. All right, I'll just go grab those now and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so these are some of the other little fairy houses that I made. Now these little flowers here, you could make those yourself out of polymer clay, but I happened to find these in a second-hand shop, so an op shop, and just stuck them on the top. So they've been stuck on with, I think it was liquid nails. These are the tiny little pots. They're really hard to find, but I've used polymer clay on these, and so you can see I've done, yeah, I know there's little tiny red bits that need to be cleaned up, but this is just a very quick little fairy house that I made with some, so this is a tiny little pot, and there's another one there. So this one's got some vines around the door. As you can see, you've got to be really careful with the liquid Sculpey. This obviously wasn't translucent, so it hasn't gone clear when it's baked. So you've got to be really careful about that. I mean, it won't matter because these are just going to go outside anyway. You can see there too, the stickers that they put on them were really hard to get off, and I actually couldn't get, I got rid of the stickiness with some eucalyptus oil, but I actually couldn't get rid of the stain that it left. So that was a bit disappointing, but that might weather and that might disappear. So there's the second one, little tiny one. This one here, there you go. So there's number 3. So I think they look really cute. I just happened to find these. Here we go. So that one's got a flower on top as well. And so a few details on there. So I just thought they were cute little quick fairy houses. This one I don't think I painted it. I just used coloured polymer clay, and that's a much better way to go because you're not worried about getting into the little tiny details and stuff. So then you don't have to paint it. And this is another one that I did where I just made the top out of polymer clay. And so this one's got kind of like a hobbit door, and I actually made the roof this time and a couple of windows, and so that's kind of a cute little fairy house too. And as you can see, they're not perfect, so anyone can have a go at them. Oh, and there's some little toadstools. If you're interested in seeing how to make the little polymer clay toadstools, this one I've actually put it on the end of a nail, so I can actually pop that into a pot and it'll secure it there. So this was one that's got little knobbly dots on it, and then we've got this one here. So these are quite easy to make. These are just made out of coloured polymer clay. All right, and then there's one more, this tiny little one here. So they look really cute in a little fairy garden. Just put them on the end of some wire and put them into the fairy gardens as well. All right, so I guess the next step is to put the actual fairy garden together. I am considering putting these guys out as well. We'll see. We'll see what we can do, see what we come up with. So I'll talk to you in the next video. See you soon. Bye.